Incredible games. Like if you look at Makayla Timpson's averages on the season, she's up to 3.2 points per game, which I know it seems like it's not a lot, but when you look, obviously that's 3.2 after today, but when you look at her games, 14, 14 points today. She had 8 points against the Liberty, then got a DMP against the Liberty, 1-7. Like she's had some really good games. Like she had a 10-point game against the Valkyries in a loss. She was their best player.
Makayla Timpson's rookie season performance has exceeded expectations dramatically. Initial predictions suggested limited impact, particularly following her early season struggles. However, her recent development has proven those early assessments wrong. Despite averaging 3.2 points per game overall, Timpson's individual performances tell a more compelling story. Her 14-point showing today demonstrates significant progress. Previous standout games include an 8-point effort against Liberty, followed by a DNP, then 7 points in another contest.
Against the Valkyries in a loss. She was their best player against the Valkyries. She had a 7-point game in a win, 14 in a win. And like obviously, look, she was playing garbage time minutes, and she got on the first Dallas game, and since then, she's had I think one DNP. I think it was one DNP, and it was against the Liberty, which is right after she was their only bright spot. And she was 6 of 8 from the field. And it's not even that she's 6 of 8. She can just fly. Like, especially as WNBA players, Cardoso is there just watching. She's there watching. We're going to go full screen on this.
She delivered 10 points against the Valkyries during a defeat, emerging as their top performer that night. Additional contributions include a 7-point game in victory and today's 14-point performance in another win. Early in the season, Timpson primarily received garbage time opportunities. Following her initial Dallas appearance, she recorded just one DNP ironically against Liberty, the same team where she previously served as their lone bright spot while shooting 6 of 8 from the field. Her shooting efficiency represents just one aspect of her overall athleticism. Her physical capabilities truly shine during rebounding situations.
Cardoso is just there watching the ball. She thinks she's going to get it. And Timpson just comes up and rises up above Cardoso with one arm. And just comes down like it's nothing. Oh yeah, let me just dribble it out, kick it to the corner. Like the shot was missed by Aaliyah. Cardoso's like, oh no, I've got it. I'm 6'7". And she reaches higher than Cardoso, comes down with one arm. She's got, in WNBA terms,
WNBA players like Cardoso often find themselves outmatched by Timpson's superior reach and timing. During one particular sequence, Cardoso positioned herself expecting to secure a rebound at 6'7" inches height, only to watch Timpson elevate above her with single-arm extension, casually collecting the ball before dribbling out and finding an open teammate for a corner attempt that Aaliyah ultimately missed. Timpson possesses exceptional wingspan relative to WNBA standards, what could be termed extraordinary arm length for professional women's basketball. Her physical tools continue impressing teammates and observers alike. Kelsey Mitchell provided insight into Timpson's character and professionalism, describing her as among the finest rookies encountered. Mitchell emphasized Timpson's reliability, work ethic, and absence of problematic behavior.
She's got extendo arms. She has got extendo arms, and then you've got here. This isn't the Kelsey Mitchell talking about her.
One of the best rookies I think I've ever come across of. She's I don't know how to say it, like the ultimate pro. Shows up, no problems, nothing. When you have locker room culture happening, you need great people to make it greater, and I think we got a good addition here, so shout out to KK.
KK Timpson, like she is, like this is absolute like fan.
During periods of locker room tension, having quality individuals becomes crucial for maintaining positive culture. Mitchell considers Timpson an excellent addition to their organization. Timpson has achieved fan-favorite status through consistent effort. Tonight's career-high performance came with a +23 rating, ranking second only to Mitchell in team plus-minus statistics. Her impact extends beyond basic statistics. Young players typically struggle initially when joining new organizations, particularly when roles remain undefined and expectations unclear.
Absolute like fan-favorite territory with her. She set a career high tonight. Was +23 on the floor. Like, I think other than Kelsey Mitchell, she was next highest in team plus minus. Like, it is genuinely, like, it was impressive. It was so impressive. And I got to give so much credit because, especially for young players, a lot.
Many require entire off-seasons to find their footing. Timpson's situation includes additional complexity. She's committed to playing professionally in Prague next season. Prague represents a challenging destination for American players. The organization captured EuroLeague championship honors last year, maintaining high competitive standards. Roster spots aren't guaranteed, and struggling players face immediate release. European basketball operates without the safety nets found in American professional leagues.
Credit because, especially for young players, a lot of young players, when they're first coming through, when they're first coming up in a new team, when they don't really know their role, when nobody really knows what's going on with them, they can struggle a bit. Sometimes it takes a full off season. And I said it, I'm like, look, I don't know how long it's going to be till Makayla Timpson gets in the rotation, but one big thing is that she's going to go over playing in Prague next year. It looks like she's going to be playing.
Unless performance reaches exceptional levels, truly outstanding production, teams will replace underperforming imports without hesitation. Timpson must prove herself against WNBA caliber competition and EuroLeague level post players. Today's performance demonstrated her ability to compete with elite interior players, specifically outplaying Cardoso during extended minutes. Her defensive awareness also impresses. She recorded steals by reading passing lanes effectively, including one sequence where she intercepted Rachel Banham's pass before Maddie Westbeld could react, then completed a fast break opportunity. This production holds particular significance for Indiana's long-term planning.
Next year, it looks like she's going to be playing in Prague. Not even looks like she's going to be playing in Prague. She's going to be playing in Prague next year, and she's got playing in Prague is a tough place to play. They won EuroLeague last year. Is she going? And she's got to fight for a spot. There's no guarantees of anything. If she is struggling, they're going to cut her. This is Europe. You're not safe.
Timpson represents a potential solution at power forward position. Natasha Howard's future remains uncertain. Whether she'll return for another season depends largely on contract negotiations. Maximum salary demands would likely prevent retention, though reasonable offers might keep her available. Howard accepting approximately 2/3 of maximum salary would satisfy organizational needs. However, having Timpson, Clark, and Boston all operating under rookie contracts creates tremendous financial flexibility. Adding Mitchell to this core allows pursuit of maximum contract small forwards.
To cut her. This is Europe. You're not safe. And not only that, unless she is absolutely killing it. And I mean it when I say killing it. Unless she is killing it, they're going to replace her. They're going to replace her. And it's going to be a important thing that she's up to scratch. She's coming up against WNBA level bigs. She's coming up against EuroLeague level bigs. She's coming up against everything. And what she's got to do is,
perhaps Indiana could offer one-year deals or slight overpayments for premier talents. Knowing 3 potential starters remain cost-controlled, Timpson could transition to bench duties if necessary. Consider offering Alana Smith maximum money while utilizing Timpson as 6th woman. 2 maximum contracts remain feasible while maintaining roster depth. Veterans like Lexi and Sophie likely accept team-friendly agreements. This financial structure permits strategic overpayment for specific needs while maintaining competitive balance. Having Timpson as rotation contributor instead of expensive veteran creates substantial salary cap relief for upcoming seasons.
In college basketball, but someone, and I think we have this and we can put it on screen, someone tweeted out or posted on Facebook a critique of the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark. Let me read what was posted. Clark's delusional fans can stay mad and call me all of the names in the book, but we all saw, including y'all, who carries my Fever team. And
additional flexibility comes from Boston's extra rookie contract year compared to Clark. Plus, Timpson's second-round selection provides even greater savings than typical first-round rookie deals. Whether Indiana would have selected Timpson with their 8th pick remains debatable. Legitimate arguments suggest they might have made that choice. In hypothetical redraft scenarios, few players selected after Timpson would rank higher. Perhaps Quinterly merits consideration, but options remain limited. First-round selections from that draft class produced multiple quality players. Removing international stash picks, Timpson likely earns first-round consideration.
Who carries my Fever team? And we all know who the offense should be ran through. Whether you like it or not, these two players, and they're talking about Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, can win some games without Caitlin Clark, but Clark can't win a single game without them. So hashtag argue with your mama. And Kelsey Mitchell's sister, Chelsea, said, I gotta agree.
She surpasses Van Lith's projection, though Pow Pow also deserves similar recognition. Among second-round selections, only Pow Pow clearly ranks above Timpson. Redraft positioning would likely place her significantly higher, potentially starting for organizations like Las Vegas immediately upon arrival. Her combination of athleticism, basketball IQ, and professional approach suggests continued development and meaningful NBA contributions ahead. The WNBA drama continues with its regular cast of characters including Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Aja Wilson, and various outspoken advocates. This ongoing narrative receives backing from influential figures like George Soros, Adam Silver, Kathy Engelbert, and powerful industry leaders.
Chelsea said, I gotta agree. And people are using this and going off saying, well, Kelsey Mitchell must feel this way, or there must be a problem between Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark. And I have a tiny bit of experience with family members saying things, thinking things that aren't consistent with my own thoughts. And so likely what has happened here is that
Recent developments involve Chelsea Mitchell, who happens to be the sibling of Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey plays as a guard for the Indiana Fever alongside Caitlin Clark, earning all-star recognition and establishing herself as an elite player. Kelsey Mitchell ranks among the top 3 all-time scorers in collegiate basketball history. A social media post surfaced critiquing the Indiana Fever's performance without Clark's presence. The message stated, "Clark's misguided supporters can remain upset and label me however they choose, but everyone witnessed, including yourselves, who leads my Fever squad. Everyone understands who should control the offensive strategy."
Is that Kelsey Mitchell, like anybody who smartly watches the Indiana Fever, anybody that's smart, and this includes Stephanie White, the head coach, and this what Kelsey Mitchell may be frustrated by is that there's a dishonest conversation about the Indiana Fever team and Caitlin Clark. I love Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, too often.
Like it or not, these two athletes, referring to Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston, possess the ability to secure victories without Caitlin Clark. However, Clark cannot achieve a single win without their support. Debate with your relatives. Chelsea Mitchell responded with agreement to this assessment. This response sparked speculation about potential tension between Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark, with many suggesting underlying conflicts exist. However, family members often express opinions that differ significantly from their relatives' actual feelings. Similar situations occur frequently where siblings voice thoughts that don't reflect.
Too often, 5 times a game, comes down and takes a shot without a thought in her mind about the other 4 players on the team. And a lot of times, these are bad shots early in the shot clock. And Caitlin Clark, as talented as she is, as much excitement as she brings, and she's a force for good, and she is a playmaker and ball handler and feeds her teammates. But Caitlin Clark, for anybody that
While Clark deserves admiration and brings tremendous value to the sport, she occasionally takes questionable shots without considering her 4 teammates on the court. These poor shot selections often occur early in possessions, creating frustration among players. Clark possesses exceptional talent and generates excitement while serving as a positive influence. She demonstrates excellent playmaking abilities, ball handling skills, and consistently creates opportunities for teammates. However, anyone studying the Indiana Fever intelligently notices Clark sometimes loses herself in individual thinking. She occasionally reverts to patterns from Iowa, high school, middle school, and elementary teams where she dominated less talented teammates and controlled every aspect of the game.
Clark, for anybody that intelligently watches the Indiana Fever, she can get lost in Caitlin Clark world. She can get lost in thinking, hey, this is the same as Iowa. This is the same as my high school team. This is the same as my junior high team. This is the same as my grade school team. I got to take shots and I got to control the ball and I got to make every play because the rest of my teammates are a lot worse than me. And so Kelsey Mitchell is watching.
Kelsey Mitchell observes Clark learning to adapt her game when playing alongside skilled scorers like herself and Aaliyah Boston, who can create their own offensive opportunities. This represents part of Clark's adjustment process, yet media coverage rarely addresses these challenges. Sports commentary typically falls into two categories, making absurd racial accusations about Clark and Reese, or blindly praising Clark without acknowledging any weaknesses. Clark does take poor shots that frustrate teammates, which represents normal team dynamics. Every player experiences moments that irritate their colleagues justifiably. These situations don't indicate lack of support or team unity.
A lot worse than me. And so Kelsey Mitchell is watching Caitlin Clark in real time, try to figure out how to play with players like herself who can get a bucket, with players like Aaliyah Boston who can get a bucket. And so that's part of Caitlin Clark's struggle. And no one in the media talks about it because either you make ridiculous racial claims about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, or you just go on TV or go on your podcast and you.
A football analogy illustrates how family perspectives can differ from reality. During high school, playing alongside Jeff George, one of football's most gifted quarterbacks who possessed unmatched throwing ability, family dynamics created interesting situations. George achieved first-team All-American status, became the nation's top recruit, and eventually earned the #1 NFL draft selection. Despite George's obvious superiority, family members sometimes believed their relative deserved more recognition. Parents would question why media coverage focused entirely on George, arguing their son's contributions were equally valuable.
You just go on TV or go on your podcast and you celebrate Caitlin Clark as if she can do no wrong. Caitlin Clark takes bad shots that frustrate her teammates. That's a part of being on a basketball team. That's a part of team sports. There were things I did at Ball State that frustrated my teammates, justifiably so. Didn't mean that they weren't on board with me. And so I'm going to give you one last football example of what can go on with a family. And maybe I've said this before, but I want to share it in all sincerity.
While the offensive line player was exceptional and earned respect from major college and professional opponents, he wasn't comparable to George's generational talent. Statistics showed the running game's dependence on the offensive line, with nearly all rushing attempts directed behind this player's position. The strategy proved highly effective with talented running backs like Bobby Aspic and Ron Clark, who received a scholarship to Illinois. However, the quarterback remained the team's most valuable player despite family members' different opinions. Arguments arose about respective contributions, with family members defending their relatives' importance.